today's news, all schools except the Elmore Stout High School resumed usual classes. Thad LETTSOME sails his way to the Olympics. BVI to honor athletes and culture at the airport. LESMORE pushes for new horse racing venue. Higher BVI presents 5th annual career exposition. And Governor upholds press freedom. Viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Vibe! All right. Monet! Voice! Raw TV! Alkaline!
System, we are create waves like the ocean, yeah.
Freddie Jackson.
Oh, my lady.
Gramps Morgan.
Feels like heaven surrounds me.
And more. The 24th, 25th, and 26th of May 2024. The Virgin Islands Music Festival. 60 beats, one vibe.
For more information, visit virginislandsmusicfestival.com.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome viewers to the Thursday, May 9th, 2024 edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Leading today's news, following disruptions caused by Tuesday's flash flooding, the Ministry of Education announced the resumption of in-person learning on Thursday, May 9th for all schools except the Elmore Stout High School. In a statement issued this morning, the ministry confirmed that classes were to proceed as scheduled, with particular emphasis on the continuation of the Caribbean Examination Council examinations. Despite ongoing cleanup efforts at the Elmore Stout High School, the ministry disclosed that online learning methods were to continue for students at the affected institution due to the challenges in completing the debris cleanup surrounding the campus. Meanwhile, the H. Lavity Stout Community College, along with its Virgin Gorda Center, also announced plans to resume regular operations today. But the college noted that all scheduled examinations resumed as planned, with in-person invigilation, ensuring the integrity of assessment procedures. Additionally, administrative offices at HLSCC operated during regular office hours to accommodate student inquiries and support services. While laser sailor Thad LETTSOME has booked his spot in the upcoming Paris Olympic Games, making him the first BVI lander sailor since 1996 to represent the territory at an Olympic Games. LETTSOME's path to the Olympics was paved through a universality place, a rare opportunity granted by the Tripartite Commission in collaboration with World Sailing and accepted by the BVI Olympic Committee. Competing in the ILCA 7 category, LETTSOME will face off against the world's top sailors on the Grand Olympic stage. Ephraim Penn, president of the BVI Olympic Committee, expressed sheer delight at LETTSOME's remarkable achievement.
This is such a tremendous accomplishment, not only for Thad, but for the British Virgin Islands to achieve this. That words cannot express how excited we are for him and his family, because we know the sacrifices they have made to get him to this level. And he has, while we have always tried at the Olympic Committee to diversify our competition at the major games, we have always, for the past few years, we have always fell short. Only we have did it in swimming and in track and field. And to have Thad to accomplish this, win everyone was just thinking on track and field is just tremendous. We at the Olympic Committee were confident that he will do well.
Penn took the opportunity to shed light on the universality place, a special provision extended to only 2 sailors, which adds LETTSOME to the roster of 330 athletes set to compete at the Paris Olympic Games. But this unique chance underscores LETTSOME's talent and potential on the international sailing scene.
Well, the universality place is offered there are 2 places available, and there are many countries vying for those last 2 spots, and to go to Paris. And there was a last chance meet sailing event in Paris last week. And among the 62 competitors, Tad finished 31st, probably the youngest competitor to finish so high. And he was competing against professionals, people who does this for a living year-round. He is still in college, graduating this year, and he would have been competing with persons who have trained for many years to accomplish this, and he juggled his academics and sailing to really show such grit that it was, I guess, the selectors were really impressed with his overall performance.
LETTSOME's qualification also marks a poignant moment in BVI's Olympic history, harking back to the days of 2-time Olympian Robbie Hurst, who last represented the BVI at the 1996 Atlanta Games. With his ticket to Paris confirmed, LETTSOME joins fellow BVI athlete Kyron McMaster as the second representative from the British Virgin Islands to qualify for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games in France. Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley has announced plans to showcase the British Virgin Islands athletes' culture and tourism product prominently at the Terence B. LETTSOME International Airport. Premier Wheatley said the goal is to erect images and displays honoring the territory's sporting heroes and highlighting various aspects of BVI culture throughout the airport terminal. Junior Minister for Tourism and Culture Honorable Luz Hodge-Smith is expected to work closely with airport officials to bring this cultural transformation to life.
Because I've spoken to the managing director, Court Manal, about the fact that we want to see some pictures here of our athletes and pictures here signifying our 70th anniversary of festival. And even this structure of the terminal building, we want to bring our tourism product in here so that when you walk in here, you really recognize that you've come to the British Virgin Islands and you've come here to celebrate our people and our culture.
The initiative takes on added significance as the BVI prepares for the 70th Virgin Islands Emancipation Festival celebrations later this year. Wheatley envisions travelers being immersed in the territory's rich heritage and diverse offerings from the moment they arrive. Well, up next, viewers, more news from across the territory.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more Fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second. Super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, viewers. In the midst of his triumphant victory at the USVI Governor's Cup in St. Thomas, LESMORE Smith, president of the BVI Horse Owners Association, has set his sights on a groundbreaking endeavor, the development of a new horse racing facility in the British Virgin Islands. With the full backing of the government of the Virgin Islands, Smith envisions the creation of a state-of-the-art racing facility that could rival the best in the region. His ambition stems from the lamentable absence of horse racing in the BVI since August 2022, following the closure of the Ellis Thomas Downs horse race track due to an ongoing fee dispute between the government of the Virgin Islands and the Ellis Thomas Downs family. However, Smith's recent triumph in St. Thomas is his fourth such victory on USVI soil, has ignited hope for a revival of the sport in the territory. And speaking to local media following his win, Smith expressed confidence in his ability to lead the development of a new racing facility, while he underscored the inadequacy of the current facility at Seacoast Bay, Tortola, to match the standards set by the renowned Clinton E. Phipps racetrack in St. Thomas. Smith proposed the establishment of a new world-class facility on government-owned soil on Beef Island, emphasizing the need for modern infrastructure to elevate the sport to international standards. Estimated to require approximately $2 million for completion, Smith said the project will need financial assistance from the government.
The Premier's in charge of lands right now, and I know for a fact the land was at Beef Island was given to some investors that never did anything with it. So now it's about time we invest in our own selves, and we're going to go get it. All I want the Premier to do, give us at least $2 million from the horse racing perspective. Give us the land, $2 million. We can build a grandstand. We will give him a track, first class, and I can hold him to that. I did it Seacoast Bay before when it fell down, and I brought it back. We can go Beef Island, we can do that. All we need is a little cushion to work with, and we're going to build the track ourselves. Give us the land. We're going to order the grandstand. We're going to do the rest of the development so we can get going.
Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, expressed openness to the proposal contingent upon consultations with relevant stakeholders.
Right now, all really options are on the table. The ones that Mr. LESMORE Smith brought up, of course, are worthy of being considered. And we will, in consultation with the people of the Virgin Islands, make the best decision possible. But without a shadow of a doubt, horse racing will return to the Virgin Islands, because none of us want to be able to lose our seats, like what Brother LESMORE Smith says. And even beyond that, we want to make sure that we invest in sports tourism. It's so important for the culture, but it's also so important for the economy. When you go to the track, you see all of the vendors, you see all of the car rentals, of course the ferry made money, hotels make money, people go to the barber shop, they make money, restaurants make money, you know, people go and they want to buy their most fanciest clothes. I see some nice fancy clothes out there on the track, you know. I myself had to buy a little something to go on the track. So, you know, money, it stimulates economic activity.
Higher BVI is once again hosting its annual career exposition, now in its 5th year. Corporate trainer at Higher BVI, Kadian Farquharson, recently sat down with our Ron Grant to speak on the upcoming event slated for May 31st, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Multipurpose Sports Complex.
We are so happy to be hosting our Career Expo again. It's in its 5th year.
Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. We are honored to be able to put this on once again. As you rightfully said, it is an opportunity for you to network. So businesses will be able to network with not just prospective employees, but also other persons in the industry, maybe some other persons that they would like to meet with to possibly secure a business opportunity. It gives you the opportunity for everybody to be in one place for 4 consecutive hours, just talking, networking, thinking about what are some of the ways that we can really give back to our community to make it better? So that's really what it's all about. Of course, prospective employees are encouraged to come out dressed to the nines, dressed for the job that you want.
Yes.
That's a saying, right? So dress for the job that you want. So come out prepared with your resumes in hand to speak to different employers from various industries. It is always important to be ready to have a conversation because you never know where a conversation will lead.
Additionally, she spoke about the scheduled workshops and panels leading up to the career exposition to ensure career readiness for all candidates.
So we believe it is important to not just host a platform where you can come out and meet with prospective employers, but also to provide you with the skills so that you are ready to have these type of discussions. So this Friday, May 10th at 12 o'clock to 1:30 p.m., we will be having a virtual job readiness workshop. We're going to be talking about not just the interview stage, but how do you prepare a winning resume?
Beautiful.
What are some of the things that employers will be looking for when they're browsing through your resume? You really have maybe a minute or two to convince a recruiter or an HR manager or an hiring manager to look at your resume and say, you know what, I am interested in speaking with this candidate. Let's schedule an interview with them. And then we'll talk about what do you do once you've landed the interview. I always categorize it as before, during, and after the interview.
Okay.
What do you do to prepare for the interview? What are some of the ways that you should express yourself and sell yourself really during the interview? And then after the interview has concluded, what are the next steps for you?
Beautiful.
And we are going to be talking about this. It's a free workshop. Let's start there. It's free of cost. You can go complete your registration on our website. If you go to hirebvi.com, you can complete your registration there. And of course, you can give us a call or email us for additional information about our free virtual workshops. So our phone number is 442-4473 or 442-HIRE, and our email address is info@hirebvi.com.
Ms. Farquharson also spoke about a panel discussion that will be live on social media and hosted by Hire BVI's Managing Director, Mrs. Rakima Turnbull-Keynes, which is geared towards helping candidates navigate the job market.
And then on May 24th, which is the Friday preceding the Career Expo, we are going to be hosting a panel discussion. This is really going to be targeting navigating the job market.
Okay.
We will have members of the government, so someone from the Department of HR in the government. Will also have persons from the Department of Labor and Workforce Development, along with our Managing Director, Rakima Turnbull-Keynes. She will be hosting this event. So this gives you an opportunity to get in the minds of employers. As someone who is a job seeker, what are some of the things that a prospective employer will be looking for?
Understood.
So we are taking it a two-prong approach. So we'll tell you what you need to do, and then we'll get you into the minds of the employer so you will see what they're looking for. And with doing that, we believe that is a prime opportunity for you to really get all the information that you need to succeed and land an interview and ultimately land a job.
Viewers, for the full interview, visit all 284 media platforms. Well, up next, Governor upholds press freedom and BVI actress encourages aspiring creatives. But these stories when 284 News return.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Bye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know?
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hop. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dog. Nickelodeon. Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hooked, I tell you.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, Governor Daniel Pruse, His Excellency, reaffirmed his commitment to supporting a free press and freedom of information while addressing the media in observance of World Press Freedom Day. In his remarks, the governor stressed the integral role journalists play in ensuring transparency and accountability from governments, as well as upholding the democratic principles of free speech.
I have enormous respect for the work that press do. Their ability to produce coherent reports and analysis, often under extreme pressure, in uncomfortable and challenging circumstances, is something that impresses me on a daily basis, has always impressed me. And as governor here in the Virgin Islands, I'm committed to media freedom, to transparency in everything I do, and in supporting the free flow of information. Holding the powerful to account, speaking up for those who have no voice, ensuring the proper application of the fundamental principles common to any free society, including the rule of law, protection of human rights, and freedom of speech. These are all responsibilities that the press bear. It's one of my favourite quotes from the British Prime Minister, Sir Winston Churchill. He said, "A free press is the unsleeping guardian of every other right that free men prize. It is the most dangerous foe of tyranny."
But the governor lamented the numerous challenges and threats journalists often face when carrying out their duties, from harassment and intimidation to restrictions on accessing information. He reaffirmed his office's commitment to supporting legislation and policies that enshrine press freedom in the British Virgin Islands.
Sadly, around the world, we see journalists and media organizations targeted and harassed. The freedom of media globally is under threat. The International Federation of Journalists in 2023 reported that 94 journalists had been killed and almost 400 others had been imprisoned. So the professional standards of courageous, objective, fact-based journalism have never been more important. And I certainly, on my own part, and I hope everyone here in the Virgin Islands continues to recognise and support journalistic freedom so that the media are free to carry out their important role in our society.
Pruse's address came on the annual World Press Freedom Day proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in 1993 to celebrate and defend media freedom globally. This year's international commemoration focused on the importance of journalism and freedom of expression in addressing the world's environmental crisis and sustainable development goals. A BVI lander, Sophia Emerson Bain, is encouraging aspiring actors and actresses across the Virgin Islands who are passionate about the profession to utilize all available tools, including technology, to shed light on their respective talents. More in this report. Sophia Emerson Bain recently featured in the blockbuster movie Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, the second highest grossing movie of 2024, recording approximately $359.1 million internationally and $188.1 million in the United States, leading to a combined global tally of $547.2 million. Speaking to 284 Media in an exclusive interview, Emerson Bain urged aspiring actors and actresses never to give up on their dreams, highlighting the significance of continuous learning and development in the craft.
If you don't have opportunities, make them. Make short films, make music videos, make mini TV shows, put it on YouTube or put it on Vimeo, or just have a go and get out there. And then if you're really serious about the craft, I would go and study. So I would study, either in England, Europe, or America, and learn what it takes to do the work. And then the next step, of course, is finding an agent. And then that's difficult. But again, putting yourself out there and trying to, getting photos of yourself, headshots, and just be professional, I think.
Reflecting on her own experience, Emerson Bain shared insights into her audition process for Godzilla x Kong, revealing a fortuitous turn of events that led to her securing a more substantial role than initially anticipated.
So I did my one line various different ways because it's one line. So how, there's only so many ways you can say the line. I don't even remember what the line is. I'm so sorry. Otherwise I'd tell you. But I'm sure it was something like, oh my gosh, there's something over there. Like it wasn't Godzilla or Kong because that would have given the film away. And so I auditioned and I sent it off. And then months later, I think I actually was home in BVI and I was with my family. And I think I was with my grandmother for her birthday. And I heard from my agent that I'd booked a job. And I was like, what job? I don't even remember what it was. And so it was Kong and Godzilla. And I was like, oh, cool, great. And I booked a job, like this role on it. And it was funny because it was during COVID. So you had to do like your COVID test before you arrived on set. And I remember getting a COVID test and my test said weak positive. And me and my agent were like, what does weak positive mean? Is it positive? Is it negative? Does that mean like I'll lose the job? And so production were like, do another PCR test to check whether you've got COVID. And I did another one and I was negative. And then they called and they were like, oh, we've given your role away. And I was like, oh my God, you've given my role away. And they were like, don't worry, we'll give you a different role on the job. And I was like, okay. So I filmed a different week later or something. And the character that I played was different to the character that I ended up playing. And I got more lines and more scenes. And so it actually worked out brilliantly.
Emerson Bain also opened up about her initial exposure to acting and the factors that sparked her interest in the profession.
My mum would probably say it all started when I was really young and I did a poem called The Pink Flamingo and I wanted everyone to watch me perform it. but I would probably say it started when I was in high school. I thought that I wanted to be an actor. And then I did an acting degree. And my parents also wanted me to do a law degree. So I did a law degree as well. And so when I wasn't kind of getting acting jobs, which in the beginning of your career and throughout your career can be sometimes very difficult to get, I was studying law and then I started practicing a bit of law and juggling the two worlds of acting and law at the same time.
For those eager to delve deeper into Emerson Bain's journey and glean valuable insights into the world of acting, the full interview is available on 284 Media's website as well as on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes. Viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and on our WhatsApp channel, as well as like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Vibe! All right! Monet! Voice!
Whoa. You know, system we are create waves like the ocean, yeah.
Freddie Jackson.
Oh, my lady.
Gramps Morgan.
Feels like heaven. Heaven surrounds me.
And more. The 24th, 25th, and 26th of May 2024. The Virgin Islands Music Festival. 60 beats, one vibe.
For more information, visit virginislandsmusicfestival.com.